Hey, I'm Laura Daniel, and welcome to Laura Loves New York. One of the things I love about this city is the comedy. Comedy. And one of my friends who's been doing that beautifully is Wayne Henry. He's been doing an online puppet show 5 days a week, every week on Instagram with his beautifully charming puppet named Becca. So let's go meet her, shall we? Hey, I am Laura Daniel, and welcome to Laura Loves New York. I have a very special guest with me. It's Becca!
Hi, Laura Loves New York.
Hello, Becca. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm relaxing after a weekend at a film festival.
I know. I saw on Instagram and Facebook that you were getting ready for the 48-hour Puppet Festival, right?
That's right. It was on Facebook, but my dad connected the computer so that we could watch it on the big TV.
Ooh.
And he said 2 swear words when he did it.
Oh, no.
Guess what? They're not watching me right now because I snuck into Joe's pub.
Joe's Pub. And that's one of the things about Laura Loves New York. I want to know what you love about New York. And obviously, you're at Joe's Pub. Joe's Pub is an incredible performance space in the Public Theater. It's named after legendary producer Joseph Papp, who created the free Shakespeare in the Park program, the New York Shakespeare Festival, and the Public Theater.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. Yeah, I'm in Joe's Pub because I'm celebrating an announcement.
What's your announcement?
Yeah, the movie that I just did in the festival.
Yes?
It just got a distribution deal with YouTube. So the deal is that if I upload the video, then they'll play the video.
Well, they are very lucky to have snapped you up. I mean, that's one of the things I wondered when I first started seeing some of your adventures. I thought, is Sesame Street gonna snap you up? Has Disney called you yet?
I don't know. I'm not allowed to read the comments on my Instagram page. I don't know if anybody wrote something there.
Oh my gosh, well, I definitely write to you. I think you're wonderful. And I must have gotten through to your agent who hooked us up so we could have this wonderful interview.
Yeah, your people called my people, and now we're doing a talk show.
We are.
Yeah, my first talk show.
Woo!
And I'm 7 years old.
That's what I was going to ask is how old you are. So you're 7 years old. And I know you were at Macy's recently looking for an outfit. Did you find the outfit you wanted?
I did. This is what I wore the second day of the festival.
I love it. It's so beautiful. You got your pearls.
Yeah, I knew I wore it yesterday, but my parents said that during quarantine, it's okay to wear the same clothes for 2 days.
For you, look, we're both in pink today. We're pretty in pink.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. Now, I've heard, and this is just between us, that you have a new friend in your house that no one else is supposed to know about.
That's right. It's a part of the movie. My films are very autobiographical, and so you'll see that this captures a moment.
You are very talented. Now, I actually have I have some fan mail for you. You do have a fan besides myself. My husband loves you. He was wondering, like Dakota Fanning and Drew Barrymore, do you have any worries about growing up under the spotlight of fame?
I actually do, because when it was the film festival, I broke into a Starbucks and drank all of it. So
I was a little worried for you, all that coffee.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of coffee. But I was happy to know that you your parents finally came and got you and you were drinking water.
That's right. And now I have a new special skill of making espresso.
You are fantastic, Becca, and I am so excited for you, and may lots of success come your way. I really, yay!
show debut.
Definitely. Most
This
definitely. Mwah, I love you, Becca. You take care. Bye. Okay, so now we are with the man behind the beauty of Becca. This is Wayne Henry. Woo!
How you doing?
Wayne and I worked together off Broadway many moons ago in Johnny on a Spot, and we never had a scene together, and we had so much fun backstage. I kept saying, we need to do a show together. And then you kept writing Jaws, the musical. It was a mini musical, and we played it at the Broadway Comedy Club. We did it in New Jersey. We did it in a few places, right?
Yeah. And then we did Petunia's Coffee House together.
Yes, Petunia's Coffee House. Wayne is old school Saturday Night Live, has a ton of characters in his back pocket. And one of them is Petunia, who is a lesbian activist, and I played her ex-girlfriend, Dar.
Darn tootin'. Gentlemen and ladies, when I left my apartment today, as someone who bases most of her personality on being offended, I could not believe my eyes.
Now, you've been creating characters for a long time. Was that something that you did as a kid?
When I would go to shows as a kid, I would kind of come home and reenact the whole thing.
Who inspired you in particular?
I think I was maybe 4 years old.
Okay.
And the national tour of Peter Pan with Sandy Duncan came through the Wang Center in Boston. Christopher Hewitt, who was later Mr. Belvedere, he was Captain Hook in that.
Oh.
And I just remember from the moment I remember his first scene of just like, I want to do that. Like, that looks so fun.
That's so cool. And then you went to school, and then you came to New York.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the first things that you were doing in New York City?
The very first thing I ever did was a production of Midsummer Night's Dream that performed at the Limelight nightclub.
Get out!
Yeah, which is, I think, a shopping mall now.
Oh, God. No.
At least it's a boutique shopping mall.
Yeah.
It was a big church, and there was a great playing area, this great kind of stage area. And that was my first sort of sculpture thing in New York, too, because I made the donkey mask.
Oh, yes.
Specifically.
Speaking of New York and, the wild and rough, crazy theater that's, off Broadway and off Broadway, you did this amazing piece of Tennessee Williams.
In the bar of a Tokyo Hotel.
It was so riveting. And your character, I felt like your character maybe was a touch of Tennessee himself. I don't know.
But I thought it was cool that my character was openly gay in 1969. I thought it was very interesting to have him be openly gay New York art gallery owner.
Wow. Okay, and speaking of art gallery, I have to say that your background,
yeah.
Wayne is using a green screen, is very artsy. And can you tell us where it is? What
this is in present day is now a chicken finger place.
No! Oh no!
But this was a restaurant called Zuni, which when I was in Emerging Artist Theater way back, we just had an amazing time, and this is the place we would go to afterwards. It was on 43rd and 9th.
That neighborhood's become so trendy, and so all of these corporate things are coming in and taking away charming little restaurants like this.
Right.
That's one of the tragedies of New York, but you can still find neat little places like this.
Right. Or you can just, now, since we can't see each other, you can just project them behind you.
We can recreate it. Especially in this virtual world we're in right now. It's so busy. Now tell me about what inspired you to start working with Becca to do the puppetry.
Oh, I had this puppet for a while. It was just given to me by another performer, and then I think I had a puppet improv show to do. And then it sort of had so much personality and sort of went well. And she said, it's not like I'm going to do anything with it, keep it. And I've just been meaning for the past few months to do a little something more in it. I think back around October, I started a little bit of Instagram. But then when the quarantine happened, I just gave myself the task of doing 5 a week, like a little homeschool journal.
I'm so glad that you did, though. I mean, and what a great thing. Obviously, quarantine is really hard on a lot of people, and especially in New York where our spaces are so small. I think it's really good for our spirits to find a way to be creative. And one of the things I love about your work with Becca is that you get to incorporate your delicious humor.
Wearing a mask is now cool. I believe it's cool. If I could sign an executive order that says wearing a mask is officially cool.
There's so many cool things that you've done. One of the things I want to touch upon is one of your comedy partners, Suzanne Stein. You guys created
Yes.
Henry and Stein, and you were, was it last year? You were doing a ton of stuff at some of the different comedy clubs, and it was really, really fun.
Hi everyone, I'm Wayne Henry.
And I'm Suzanne Stein, and we are kicking off the 4th of July weekend in New Jersey, Dalewood Park, with a firework display.
That's right, we're just looking for a spot to get a good view, and while we do that, we're just going to talk to some of the locals here.
Honest to pieces, Corey and I never miss the fireworks display here at Dalewood. Best event of the year. She never lets us stay home.
My husband McGregor surprised me with a weekend couples yoga retreat.
Yes, we spent an entire weekend sitting in the lush mountains enjoying hot bowls of freshly poured quinoa milk. Oh, beautiful, bodacious thighs.
Stop 1 octave higher! Teachers, yes we are celebrating the kickoff of summer here. No students.
Yep, just setting up camp here to have a nice night where we're gonna have some beverages.
Ready, we're already late to meet them, okay? Listen, can you believe that bunch of a goalie in the parking lot telling me I couldn't work there? Are you kidding me with that? Hey, little Anthony, Tony Jr., bring the girl with you.
America, America, come spread some jam for me. So there you have it.
That's awesome. That's
And then a few, like I do more older impressions, but. You know.
Right, like you do Columbo.
Oh, I'm sorry to bother you. Oh, jeez, I didn't mean to walk through your frame. You're filming a very nice picture over here. I had some milk that I threw out earlier today, and then as I was sitting inside, I realized I don't think it was expired. I didn't mean to bother you about that there. Listen, if there's anything I can do for you, if maybe, come over and read your chapter from The Princess Bride or something, I think that'll be...
I want to say thank you for making me laugh and transporting me out of the stressfulness of the days with the charm of Becca and with your creative mind and heart and everything like that. It's a good reminder just to keep play where you can. It's so important each day. So thank you, Wayne, for joining us, and thank you for sharing Becca with us. And we'll see you next time on Laura Loves New York.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Did you know that Becca is my nickname?
No, I did not.
It's short for Stephanie.
Oh, okay. And Laura loves Becca lots and lots.
Yeah, wow.